Hi, welcome back to Mondraker TV. Today, it's new bike day, and I'm going to show you our latest Crafty Race. This is it behind me. It's an alloy frame and it's running the Bosch Performance CX Race motor. Now this offers something really cool for the more technically minded riders out there. Wait for this. Okay, here it is. This is the brand new 2025 Mondraker Crafty Race. Now this is the only e-bike we are offering for 2025 with the Bosch Performance CX Race motor. Now that is the uprated version of the CX motor, kicks out 85 Newton meters of torque, 400% support on there over the 340 that you get on the CX, and a host of other features. We'll delve into that in this video. The other thing that differs from the Crafty that you'll be familiar with from our range previously is this one is made from alloy. Other than that, the geometry remains with our tried and tested forward geometry on here. It's of course running our zero suspension platform on there with 150mm travel on the rear, 160 up on the front there, 29-inch wheels. Let's have a closer look, shall we? So powering this bike is the Bosch Performance CX Race motor system. Now this motor is very different to the current CX line motor in there. Now, visually it looks the same, uses the same battery, uses the same controllers, uses the same app, uses the same everything you can imagine, except for a crucial thing. It's way more punchy in the way that it delivers that power. So you get 400% support over the 340% support which you used to get on the CX motor. And how you get that support is quite astonishing, to be honest. With only a fraction of a kick on the pedals, you can access the full power of the motor. It doesn't have to spool up to speed to deliver everything. So if you're into technical climbing, there's nothing that comes close to what this can deliver. Now this was developed in mind with using for the EWS power stages. And in fact, we're just going to go up a little section here. So I'm just going to back off from the camera to make sure I can clear through and just use the power to 2 meters of extended overrun on there, which is just astonishing if you know how to use it. So what that means is once you finish pedaling or you kick the motor to get it going, the motor will keep going for 2 meters. Now that can be used to great advantage if you're riding somewhere without much ground clearance, perhaps if it's rocky, you've got to go up a chute. You can even ratchet the cranks to access that power. It really is, it's quite unbelievable what this system offers. Now when you're looking down at the system controller on here, you have 4 modes available to you. So you lose the eco mode that we're used to having on the regular Bosch stuff, but you gain the race mode on the top. But then all of those modes, you can adjust the parameters of them as well. So everything on there, you can tune it to have it exactly as you want. So I'm even running firm tyres, and I've not got the luxury of having max grips on this bike right now. I've got the max Terra tyres because they're the most efficient to run, and in the 2.6 it's a surprising amount of grip on these. Right, let's see if we can get up it. I'm going to use that race with the extended boost on it. You'll notice that I can freewheel at the top of this first little punch here, just like that, but this is a difficult one. Okay, here we go, let's hit it. So good, so good, and so flipping difficult to get right. Yeah, that, if technical climbing is the sort of thing you like doing, the race motor system is phenomenal. So one of the things that's key with the Crafty and the design of it is it's supposed to be just as fun going up as it is down. Now that might sound like it's stating the obvious with an e-bike, but actually everything about the Crafty platform developed by ourselves has been done in mind with making uphill just as good as the downhill, because this isn't a bike to just shuttle up a fire road. This is a bike to ride up trails. It can totally reinvent the way that you want to approach riding. For me, that's great because it just means you get twice as much riding in. You know, you're no longer just self-shuttling, you're actually riding up technical terrain. Brilliant. Okay, so this is the perfect example. There's a couple of little slippery slabs, one there and one there. But yeah, I can totally use that overrun feature to get up the section of trail here. Really, really cool. Transmission wise on the bike, we have the Shimano XT 12-speed transmission. Now this is a workhorse of a transmission and it will keep on trucking no matter what conditions you ride in. Up front, I've already referenced, it has a 160mm race face AFAX E crank on there. That just enables you to really keep that power down when you're trucking over rocks and roots and technical terrain. Braking wise, it's Shimano 4-piston brakes with full-size rotors on there. They're Icetech rotors, and of course you have the Icetech finned pads as well to really draw out as much heat. Now the Shimano brakes are extremely powerful with loads of modulation and super easy to bleed, and it makes for a really nice package on the bike. Up at the business end of the bike, you have an on-off handlebar here. This is a 20mm rise with a full 800mm width, and it's using our forward geometry 30mm stem. Now, depending on the size, you can have a number of spacers supplied with the bike, so you can trim the steerer where you want. On the XL, you have 4 10mm spacers, so that's plenty of scope for getting the bars exactly as you want. Now, note that Purion display, it really is super neat and tidy. Now, something with the Bosch smart system is, if you wanted to, you could still remove this, just like you could with the Kiox and other stuff, but honestly, it's so small and discreet and you get all the information you need. They've nailed it this time. It's really, really nice. Of course, the Shimano XT brake levers, super small, low profile, the built-in pod there for the XT shifter there, your mini remote and your on-off dropper button there. Handlebar grips are from On-Off. These are our own design, our own component company, and these are called Desert. Now, they're called Desert because the pattern on them is kind of like sand dunes in the wind. But let me tell you something cool about these. In wet weather that I specialise in, these are actually amazing. They work super well, so don't be put off by the Desert name. These are all weather friendly. Yep, ooh, yeah, that's right. We've got XT brakes on here now. So that means extreme power available to you, thanks to the huge Icetech rotors, the Icetech finned pads, and the 4-piston calipers. Extremely powerful and super easy to maintain and bleed. When it comes to the rolling stock, we have Mavic E D-Max wheels on here. Now these have a 30mm internal rim. On the rear hub you have the ID 360 system, so that's a double ratchet style system. Really reliable, super easy to maintain as well and keep working nicely. I think that's especially relevant to have a ratchet system when you have something with as much torque and power as that Bosch race motor. You'll thank us for that later. Now it has 28 spokes front and rear on here. The wheels are tubeless compatible, they come with spare spokes and they also come with tubeless valves. Now we supply the bike with inner tubes and they're heavy duty inner tubes in there purely for the logistics of shipping and to avoid mess. So you have 2 options there, run it with the tubes or run it tubeless. Tyres are 2.6 Maxxis Minions. You've got DHF on the front, DHR on the rear, DHR2 even. They're both in a Max Terra compound to make the most of the battery power on here. Of course, you can set them up tubeless, you can run them as they are. Your choice. Now also on the Crafty, we have our on-off dropper seat post on here. This one is called the Piha and it has adjustable drop, and we have a different model on each of the 4 bikes. It's super easy to adjust the drop on there. You just undo the collar here and then you literally, you slide it out of the way, you drop the post by 30mm, then you adjust the amount of drop you want with the bush, then you put it back in again. Super easy to operate. Now on the size small, we offer 95 to 125mm drop. On the medium, 120 to 150. On the large, it's 140 to 170. And on this one, which is an XL, you get 170 to 200mm adjustment. Super handy. And it's got a lovely new remote on there as well. Well, there we go. The 2025 Crafty Race. Gotta love this thing with that alloy frame and that super powerful motor. I'm gonna have a bit more riding, I think. I'm gonna ride up and down a few more trails in here and just generally laugh to myself at what this can get up. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, learning a bit about what this motor can do, and I'll see you in another video soon. Thank you as always for watching, and don't forget, got any questions about this bike, the motor system on here, componentry, or other stuff that we're offering in our range, let us know in the comments underneath. We'll get back to you. Thanks again. See you later. Bit of a session on the new Mondraker Crafty Race. It's a new one for us in the range.